want us to record?
I don't care.
Okay.
Ooh,
All right. Well, welcome
raw and
back.
uncut.
I do want to apologize for the last podcast we had. What was it, September, October?
Something. No,
Audio.
was it? Something like that.
Yeah, the audio was just so bad. I could not fix. Even I couldn't fix it. So
That's the evil
it
genius.
was. I could not salvage it, and that was my fault. So I
Oh,
apologize for that.
can y'all hear me good?
Yep.
Cool.
Yep, levels are good, and we're live. So
Austin, say something.
we can't hear you.
I'm trying to find parts for a Snap-on air hammer right now, so I'll finish this later.
Yeah,
Good
you
luck.
finish that later. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah, I gotta rebuild a Snap-on air hammer. So
Stop lying. You know that's for your
uh,
damn self,
yeah,
Why wouldn't they just take it back?
right?
it's an old air hammer, like really old.
They
It,
still should
it's
take it back though.
it's one of them passed down things. It's older than me.
I got you.
Mm.
Yeah,
Dang.
so finding parts for it, I can't even believe I found a rebuild kit for it. It's still on the Snap-on website.
Damn right.
Yeah,
It's amazing what eBay will have, man.
yeah. I was looking at the new air hammer they have, and it's fucking shit. It is. It's all Chinese bullshit now.
Yeah, everybody going foreign.
Yeah.
It's assembled in America. It's not made in America.
Assembled in
What?
America by foreign and domestic parts, probably.
Yeah.
Snap-on's
Yeah.
not made in America anymore?
No, parts are made overseas, but it's assembled. All the stuff's assembled in America,
That means the
Mm.
quality's still up there.
so they could still say made in America because technically it is assembled in America, but parts are all made overseas.
But the
Yeah, that's how Arsenal is.
Hmm.
Which I mean Arsenal is still one of the top quality AKs on the market, but
Mhm.
Yeah.
I was like Polytechs were made in China, right? They're pretty nice.
yeah, Polytech Legends, yeah, they were all Chinese flatbacks.
Hmm.
The
Well,
S56 spikers and stuff like that. I've actually got a complete uh poly uh pre-band S56 spiker
Nice.
with it came in a crate back in the day. It
Hmm.
was like a little tiny wooden crate, and then it was just packed with styrofoam. And I still have one with all the original, the bayonet, the Polytech drum,
Oh
everything
shit.
is stamped poly on it,
Hmm.
and
Damn.
the Chinese flatback magazines.
How much was that back then?
Back
Probably
then,
nothing.
I
Probably
think it was
nothing.
around $300,
See,
$250.
three
Damn.
bucks for an awesome AK. Well, AK.
Now, like it's set, so I could probably get 5K for it quick.
Yeah, definitely, definitely, man.
Which my M16 is the same way. You know, that M16A2 I've got, it's got the 40 mil launcher and it's got the matching numbers
Oh,
bayonet with it.
dang.
so you got the Scarface one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the Arnold Schwarzenegger
Yeah,
from Predator.
Yep.
Yeah, dude. Those things
man.
are tough. Never had the privilege to
Yeah.
shoot one of those, but I shot the
Yeah,
Are we
I
the
got to
fake
do
rounds.
some destructive device stuff, and I actually got to shoot a couple of the what they call golden bullets, the actual explosive round for it. They're
Uh,
Hmm.
they're like $3,200 a piece.
man.
Oh shit.
Jeez.
Yeah. Fuck that.
So it's
Yeah,
basically like a flying hand grenade, right?
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
too
it's got a
much
little
money.
bit. It's got an explosive warhead in the tip of it.
That's too much
Yeah.
money for privates going through boot camp. They wouldn't spend that much.
Yeah.
They gave us what the BBs or whatever, the chalk rounds
Yeah,
or something like that.
yeah, they're like erasers.
Still fun though. I imagine the recoil would probably be a little bit more intense, but
No, it's about like a 12 gauge.
you think it's pretty similar with those types of rounds.
Yeah, yeah, I'd say it's probably about the equivalency of a solid 3-inch 12 gauge.
Jeez.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
a
no
good
doubt.
amount of kick though.
Yeah. Dude.
Josh, are
You
we
guys-
live?
Yeah, we've been live.
Oh shit! All right.
Yeah.
Dimitri, what the hell?
Okay, so
I'm sorry. He didn't say we're
I
going
know,
live.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, he did.
He
Right?
did.
Yeah.
I could have
Yeah, he
sworn you
said we're
asked him
live.
too. Didn't you
This
ask?
is
Didn't he
just-
ask you?
I was just getting the funnies out. All right.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
welcome to the Two Way Brotherhood podcast.
Right. It just dawned onto me.
Yeah, right. We got a special guest tonight.
Yeah.
It's basically whoever wasn't watching the live stream last time doesn't know who H is. So if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself again.
I got you. Well, my name's Henry. I go by H because my father, grandfather, and son are all Henry, and it's just easier. Just call me H. I'm an '07 FFL and SOT. I've got a private training facility here in Virginia, and I do a lot of
Recording in progress.
Whoa,
I'm out of
sorry,
That
here.
was
the thing
me,
just said
sorry.
it said it was recording. I do a lot of individual training. Do a lot of personal training. We just opened up a big domestic abuse and sexual abuse classes for women, and that's actually funded through our TikTok account now.
Wow.
People have started donating enough through TikTok to where we've made all of our women's classes free.
Oh,
That's
wow.
yeah,
That's
that's
awesome.
been really really cool. Somebody asked, hey, how do I donate? What can I do? And I'm like, man, we really don't need money, but if you want to help with our women's classes, that would be great. And they donated some money, and I don't know if you saw the video, but there was a lady and her 4 or 5 daughters came out, and their entire class was free. All their ammunition was free. Their range rentals, everything for that day was free for them.
And you said that's out of Virginia?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to look into sending my old lady through that because that'd be really good for her. She'd probably get a kick out of that.
A kick out.
Yeah, and my wife Rebecca, we're actually the only female-led all-female shooting class. There are no other all-women's classes that are led by female instructors that actually
wow.
have a range portion in Virginia.
Mhm.
So she's kind of got a corner on the market right there,
Yeah.
and
If you don't mind me asking, like what, you don't have to say exactly where if you're not comfortable with it, but what general part of Virginia, if you don't mind me asking?
oh no, I don't mind, man. Our business, I mean, we're an LLC, man. Everything on us can be Googled. It's Quality Tactical Customs, and we're in Petersburg, well, near Petersburg, Virginia. We're in Dinwiddie.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, I work out of Virginia. So yeah, I'm in Virginia all the time.
I got you.
Me too. For work.
Well, I'm still fighting to make that switch from being a pipe welder to going full time on all the gun stuff, and it's so hard to give up that welding money, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
trust me, I know. I've been there. I did underwater for a while.
I'm way too irresponsible with my toys to give up welding and gunsmithing.
Yeah, like I said, I was out offshore in the offshore oil field doing the underwater welding stuff, you know. So trust me, I know how it is, and I've done side jobs for welding and everything. So I'm actually working on rebuilding my rig right now to get back into side work.
Nice.
Yeah, but you said you do the pipeline?
Yeah, I'm a pipe welder.
Oh wow, yeah, I've been wanting to get it. I wanted to get into that for a little bit, but with the family, I don't know if I could now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm generally home every day. I don't travel.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I just do 410s and I do prefab in the shop.
Mhm.
This week is a little bit different. I'm at an acid plant, and we're doing 712s right now. So I go to
Jeez.
work at 5:30. I get home around 8.
Yeah, I've been there before. 712, 718s, you know. Yeah. It's that money's good though.
Yeah, we heard.
I leave for Robin Sage here in a couple weeks. So I will be unreachable for a couple weeks. So I'm kind of excited to get back to that.
Hmm.
I'm glad we caught you at a good time then before you
Mhm.
left out.
Yeah, that's like my alone time. You know, spending 2 weeks in the woods with a bunch of SF guys.
That's cool.
No.
You guys get a lot of like veterans or like active duty coming there and.
I contract right now through a company that is a direct involvement with Robin Sage, the Q course.
Oh wow.
So I go out there and hang out with those guys for a couple weeks.
Mm.
Okay.
That's pretty dope. Wait, so you go while or like while they're going through training?
Yeah, we're actually out there with them.
Amazon, you got a pretty cool life, man.
Oh yeah, so you're just out in the field. Yeah, man. That does sound like a blast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is, man. This will be the second time I've done it, so I'm still unsure as far as what we're. I don't want to say allowed to say because like everyone knows about Robin Sage. It's not a secret. Uh, I just don't want to really talk about my role in it until I can really get some time under my belt with them.
Yeah, that's cool. Cool, definitely.
But it's definitely one of those awesome opportunities because all those guys obviously shoot and train outside of just being in the military. So uh, hanging out with them, building rapport, and potentially getting them to come out and run one of our classes. That's a big deal.
Yeah, I would imagine too that there's going to be a class at this facility. Special forces or people are running it, and that would attract a lot of attention. And people would be like, "Yeah, I'll definitely go take a class." Like that.
Yeah.
Talk about SF.
When I first started getting my stuff set up for combat pistol, combat rifle, when I first started setting all that up, I got some good tier 1 guys to come out, vet my course, tell me, hey, this is good, this is bad, this is how I would set this up. And one thing that I've really noticed since training a lot of military guys, military training is shit.
Yeah.
Like even at a very high level, it's garbage.
Really?
Absolutely.
It is.
Your average B class USPSA shooter would walk the dog on SF guys.
Wow.
Damn.
We did courses. We did when I was in at Fort Drum. We did this. They call it the Expert Infantryman's Badge course.
Yeah.
And as far as the shooting goes, I mean the training. It's more just technical knowledge and what you know. I mean, and performance wise, but as far as the shooting goes, like you said, you could, these people in the military, they get walked all over because like you said, the training is, they don't put a lot of effort. You go to the range and it's just like, hey, go shoot, whatever. Not a ton of like classes and emphasis and drills and training, like constant training. Like,
Yeah,
you barely
yeah,
get time at the
and
range.
getting the opportunity to work with a bunch of long tabbers, guys that are in the regiment, guys that have really been through what the military has to offer as far as training, and seeing average marksmanship, but outstanding tactics. The tactics are there, but the marksmanship is just not. It's not what I would consider great marksmanship. One of the first things I do in our classes is, I shoot at somebody's target, and then I tell them, hey, I want you to put 5 rounds in that bullet hole. I don't think that average accuracy is acceptable. I think if you point a gun at something, you should be able to hit what you're saying you're going to shoot.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
if I tell you, hey, I'm going to shoot that bullet hole, I want to be able to shoot that bullet hole. And it's very, very doable. You just have to be willing to go that extra mile and really put in the effort.
Mm-hmm.
But so many people just say, oh, well, center mass is center mass. Yes, it is. But if you're only hitting center mass with an idled heart rate, and you start getting an elevated heart rate, that center mass has now become, you're not even going to hit the target.
What would you say about police training?
It's absolute shit.
Even worse.
Way
Even worse than military?
Way worse.
They just
Like,
they cut funding.
It's not even a comparison. Like if you look up police marksmanship, it's right there beside the NRA.
Dang.
Damn.
It's FUD, slow fire.
But
It's garbage training. Now the tactic side of it is where a lot of people get lost, because shooting and tactics are 2 completely different things. You can go through several classes on tactics and never fire a round.
mm-hmm.
Let me do some of favor.
Sorry.
So I mean, it's marksmanship is one thing, but tactics is another, and I think that's where that combination really comes in. You can get on the range and drop dimes and really, really be a good shooter, but moving from cover, using concealment, vehicle down drills, stuff like that. I mean, that's when training really, really starts to take place.
Were you talking about like real world exercises?
Yeah, putting an actual application behind the shooting.
Yeah. Do you offer that kind of stuff at your facility?
Yeah, absolutely. We also offer force on force training, and any dickhead that carries a revolver, because it's more reliable, I love giving them an opportunity to do force on force training with me, because I'm gonna wreck you with that revolver.
What do you mean by force on force training?
I'm gonna attack you.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Oh shit. Is that so I've seen some videos that they'll put a gun between 2 people and they have to run at it, and whoever gets it. Is that what you're talking about? Or is
No, that's just simple dog fights. That's not really. I mean, that's cool just to play around with the homies and stuff. But who the fuck is gonna throw their gun on the ground and then fight over it?
I mean, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I think that it has its place as far as, fighting for that gun. But I mean, you're not both starting out with a gun between you and then someone's going to say go.
Mhm.
I think giving people don't shoot scenarios to where you have your gun on you, how you carry, right? We're going to have a conversation and you're going to decide when is it acceptable to draw your gun.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mhm.
We may go to a store together and practice this as well. And I'm going to teach you how to walk down the aisles, how to protect yourself without becoming that giant, road flare that says I'm carrying a gun and I want everyone to know it.
Mhm.
Something as simple as when two people walk down the aisle, if you're looking at something on that shelf, back up to where that person has to walk in front of you. Don't allow them to walk behind you. Simple
Yeah,
things
the
like
common
that.
sense. Yeah.
Those are just simple things that people just overlook.
Hmm.
That sounds like common sense, though.
It is, but it's not very common anymore, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, every
You
time
know,
I'm at a grocery store and I try to like walk past people, they always get closer to the items.
yeah,
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 that's
because they want to be able to act like you're not there.
yeah.
You think it's a subconscious thing?
Uh, I think people have become so afraid of confrontation that they're willing to do anything to avoid that confrontation. Um, simple hellos and head nods and shit like that. When I'm
Oh
when
wow.
I'm walking in the store and I make eye contact with another guy and he ducks his head away from me, I immediately know that you're useless to me.
Yeah, like in a
If
life or
something
death.
happens, I'm gonna fuck you up. But that guy that makes eye contact with you and gives you that head nod, like okay, this guy's cool. He's definitely gonna have my back if something happens.
And you're gonna have to protect the guy that looked down.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Or if it was a situation where you needed able-bodied men, like you said, he's useless.
Yeah, yeah,
Ammo
and
carrier.
y'all know what I'm talking about. When you make eye contact with another guy.
And they look
Um,
down or they look away.
Yeah, exactly. That's just as soon as I see that, I'm like, yeah, you're a bitch.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. That's a bitch move.
It is, but people have become so accustomed to it. I remember when I met my wife's family for the first time, no one would look at me.
Damn.
Yeah.
Everyone was fucking terrified of me.
Mhm.
They had never met someone like me. You know, her grandfather was like the only person there that, as soon as I got to this family event, of course, I walk right up to the oldest guy in the room. I shake his
Yeah.
hand, introduce myself, because nobody else there matters. You
Yeah.
introduce yourself to the old heads because that's what you do.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. I mean, going back with what you said about the no head nod. I mean, it's stuff like that, like the no head nod, not making eye contact when you shake hands, or even sitting down when shaking someone's hand.
Or
Like,
getting that limp fucking fish.
Yeah.
yeah,
When I shake a man's hand and it's a limp, like little, how you doing? I'm like, what the fuck?
And that
man?"
shit
It-
be all sweaty too.
if someone is sitting down with like shaking my hand, it's kind of the same thing for me. I know you're fucking useless as a man.
Yep.
You
Yep.
know.
Yep. When I walk into a room and you stay seated, that tells me everything I need to know about you.
Hmm. Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
I
and the
that's
posture
my
too.
way of it is I that's my biggest pet peeve is when guys sit there and like introduce themselves sitting down.
Yeah.
You know,
Don't you introduce yourself on your knees, Austin?
Well, I
well
mean,
that's
that's
a
that
different
toxic.
story.
That's that toxic masculinity that
Oh,
everyone's talking about nowadays.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
I mean the thing behind it is a lot of men they don't know how to actually be men.
no.
You know, and I'm not going to sit here and say I'm the manliest man in the whole world. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm the alpha of all men, but I at least know how to conduct myself in a manly way, you know, like a traditional man should,
Yep.
you know.
A classic man.
Yeah.
Real
Yeah,
classic.
I'm really really big on self sufficiency. So like when something breaks, you need to fix it.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Something happens, you need to handle it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's one thing that me and my wife were talking about the other night. You know, one of her friends, apparently her boyfriend said something that she didn't like, and she's like, "Well, I'm not going to let somebody make decisions for me." And my wife is like, "That's your fucking husband. Like, he has the final say so. Like, I mean, yeah,
You have to
but
be submissive.
when shit goes wrong, like you're gonna want him to make those split decisions.
Mhm.
And as the man, he needs to make those decisions. And he just, her friend was definitely against that.
Mm-hmm.
But certain times they have to be submissive. You know what I mean?
Do what?
Certain times and they have to be submissive sometimes. You know?
Hey, the Bible just says, "Wives, submit to your husbands."
Yeah, be submissive. Like
You
your
know?
wife or your girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the problem is that we don't have those biblical men in.
Mm-hmm.
No.
You know, we want women to have that biblical sense of submission, but you know, the men nowadays, you know, I feel so sorry for my kid's stepdad because, you know, my son is very quick to say, "Oh, well, my dad can do that."
Oh, wow.
You know, if something breaks on the car and they have to take it to a mechanic, and my son's like, "Oh, well, my dad can do that."
See, I have a young daughter. Okay, my daughter's under a year old. I don't like. I would love for her to be able to say like my dad can do that, but I also want her to be able to say I could do that. You know, I don't want her to sit there and rely on anyone. I want her to be able to stand for herself in a situation. She's on the side of the highway with her, you know, her boyfriend, and she gets a flat tire, and I'm obviously
She's
a
gonna
phone.
change it.
Yeah, I'm obviously a phone call away, but her boyfriend's a little bitch and can't change a tire. I don't want her to sit there and say, "Well, my dad could do that." I want in that situation, I want her to say, "I can do that."
No, she
Change the
needs to say, "Get the fuck out of my car.
well that
I'm gonna
too,
change
but
my tire. Go walk, bitch.
Well,
You
well
that's
ain't gonna
that
why
change
you.
Just
your
did a
fucking
video.
tire."
I just did a video on that
Yeah,
not
change
long
the video.
ago. You know, because my wife asks me questions all the time. You know, well, this happened. You know, what do I need to do? And I'm like, well, have you looked it up, or are you just asking me? Because
Hey,
you
I
know,
just had a
you
little bit of a weird request. So I make
Sorry.
do what now?
Sorry. No. It was a. I was pulling up your TikTok. It was a,
Oh,
a random
but
video
yeah,
playing.
I did a video about it. You know, asking, you know, hey, do you teach your significant other, or do you just do it for them? Because you know, oh, I remember what it was. I asked my boss. We were talking, and he's like, yeah, well, I gotta change, you know, this headlight for my wife, and I'm like, why is her arms broken or what? Why can't your wife change a headlight? And he's like, oh, well, that's my job. And I'm like, you know, I get that, but wouldn't you want her to know how to do that?
Mhm.
I mean, I understand, you know, but I mean, my wife runs through brakes like no one I've ever met in my fucking life. I'm not going to continue to change brakes. You're going to learn how to do it. Now, yes, I will help you do it with no questions asked. I will help you do it, but you will learn how to fucking change brakes. And that bolt, oh, well, I can't break that bolt. Okay, well, then this is how you use leverage. This is how you connect another wrench to the end of it. This is how you slide a bar over top of it. There's no excuse for it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I put a piece of pipe in my wife's car in case she has to change her tire on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Because she was like, "I can't break the bolts." I was like, "Here's a piece of pipe. You stick it on there. You go all the way to the end, and it goes like butter."
You
Yeah,
got
or
she,
position it to where you can get it with your foot.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did she got a tire iron or did you put a braking bar in there, Dimitri?
No, she's got a tire iron, and then I put a piece of pipe back there. It's about like, I don't know, like 2.5 feet.
Tire
I mean,
irons.
you know what I started doing, right? And I learned this from my dad. Going on like long trips, taking impact with me, the socket set, you know, with and I make
Smart.
sure I have the right socket for my
Yeah.
lug nuts, you know.
Yeah.
and yeah, and that
Mhm.
way if and I'm gonna get one for for my old lady, so that way if anything happens to where she needs to do it, like she's not having to fight. Because yeah, obviously I would want her to be able to bust it loose with a tire iron, but I obviously also don't want her fighting it on the side of a highway.
You
Something
said an
quick and easy.
impact wrench?
Yeah, yeah,
Is she gonna be able to hold that thing?
Hold
yeah.
on. Don't you
I've
like?
taught her how to use one.
Wait,
No,
she gonna
okay.
keep an air compressor on there or some shit?
No, it's electric.
Yeah, they have battery powered ones now.
Yeah. So,
That shit
but
sound weak.
I've taught her how to use it. She knows how to use it. She's used it before, And so I want to make it to where it's as safe as possible for her on the side of the road. For me personally, And I'd rather spend like $250 on a cheap impact, that it might not be top name brand Milwaukee or DeWalt, but it's something that's going to get the job done
Take
when
Milwaukee off that list.
Hey, 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 hey.
Hey,
I'm a
you watch
Milwaukee
your
got me
fucking
through
mouth.
some tough times, man.
hey, I'm a DeWalt guy through and through, so
Right?
I mean,
Milwaukee is the
Right.
shit.
Right.
Listen, when I was I needed a drill to sharpen tungsten with at work for TIG
yeah,
weld,
Damn.
and our tool rep, the only thing they carry is Milwaukee or Metabo. So
fucking
the
hate Metabo.
the drill that he brought me out there
Milwaukee
was
is good.
Milwaukee Fuel, the
Mhm.
M18. And
Mhm.
when he brought me the drill, it came with this handle to attach to it, and I'm like, what kind of fucking pussy needs a handle on an electric drill? Well, I was drilling holes with it one day, and I know why now, because that drill will spin your ass in a circle.
Nope.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's usually the one with that's a hammer drill. That's why that comes there. It's for when you're doing hammer drill holes.
The
Man,
DeWalt one had that too, right?
Yeah.
truth. Um,
I got
but
the DeWalt one.
anyways, after that, I bought the Milwaukee angle grinder. So that way I don't have to use a file or anything like that at work. I've always got my own little personal grinder,
Mhm.
and that thing is the shit. That is the
Mhm.
best money I've ever spent as a welder is for that little angle grinder.
Yeah. I was the other day I was actually drilling through 1/4 inch steel, and and I accidentally grabbed the wrong drill bit, and I drilled one size below what I needed. And so I just had to go up one more size, and I started drilling, and I have a big Milwaukee drill, and it also came with a handle, which I never put on, and that drill bit caught and spun that bitch, and I'm talking it got me right in the side of the head. This dude that was like right next to me, the cord actually like whipped and like almost wrapped around his neck. It was
Oh, you
yeah,
got a corded one. That one has even more.
Right?
yeah. This
No,
thing's
I would say those have power.
this is a big drill too. Yeah, it's not like your average little handheld drill. Like this is a big drill. Uh,
Have you
and
ever used Hilti?
no, I haven't.
They're good.
They're good.
expensive.
Yeah.
But yeah, that thing about messed us up, and it snapped the drill bit clean off.
Yeah.
Snapped it clean the fuck off.
I was using a big drill before drilling in the cement, and it caught and the thing spun around and almost broke my wrist. Like a
Mhm.
big one, you know what I'm talking about? Like,
Yeah, the
Mhm.
hammer drills.
yeah, man, them things are serious, man.
Yeah.
The ones you plug in. You alright, Austin?
What?
You
I don't
cool?
know how the fuck we got on drills, but let's go
Because
back to
I was
talking about
look,
guns.
I actually was honest about how much Milwaukee sucks.
No, Milwaukee's the shit, Rob.
Oh, like I was saying about that one drill though. So we had a hurricane, and I had it in the floorboard of my car, and I was gone for like 2 weeks. I got home, and my whole floorboard was filled with water, and that drill was in the floorboard. It had been underwater for about 2 weeks.
hmm
I pulled it out, set it in the sun, let it dry for a day or so. Fucking hit the trigger, and it fired right up. And I've had the same one for about 6 years now.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I will say, Milwaukee is not a terrible tool. I have a similar story. I work with a lot of hydraulics, and I had a bucket of hydraulics, and I have the Milwaukee electric ratchet,
Yeah.
and I set it on this piece of equipment I was working on, and I didn't notice that it fell in the bucket of hydraulics.
Bruh.
And
You lubed
it's
that motherfucker
It
up.
was nice
I-
and lubed up.
I looked for this thing for like an hour and a half.
Dang.
That thing still works perfectly to this day, and yes, it is very lubed up.
All reliable.
So
Oh,
did y'all
shit.
see the video the other day? My neighbor made that magazine thing for me.
Let's see. I'm
Can you look it up,
yeah,
Josh?
I'm pulling up his.
Hey, Charles, want to know, you're a gunsmith. Do you do stippling on Glocks?
No, I actually have a guy that does laser engraving.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when it came down to an hourly rate, it's cheaper for me to just send it to my laser guy than it would be for me to hand stipple anything.
Oh, okay.
How much does something like that cost?
Yeah.
It depends on your design. It depends what you want.
Okay, but like,
Never mind.
like say you're just getting like a simple phrase or something like something basic, maybe like old school cursive or something. Like how much would that cost?
I mean, probably no more than $100.
Okay.
I'm talking about stippling on the grip, like for
For better gripping?
yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
How much would that cost?
I mean, it depends on how fancy you want to go. I mean, like a full checkered pattern with undercuts and all that, you're still like $250 at the most.
I would just want it to work and grip, and you know what I mean? Like, nothing fancy. I just would want it to, because you know how the Gen 3 Glocks are just like, a wet vagina when you're holding them sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. All my Gen 3s are polymer 80s.
What did we tell you about that shit, man?
That I lost.
In a boating accident.
Oh, don't y'all start that shit with me.
Like, damn,
I have-
you was
I
doing
have
good for
had-
a while, man.
I have had way
We
too
can't
many
even fucking-
TikToks talking shit on the boating crowd.
Oh man.
Well, Austin's one of them.
Man, it just infuriates me how spineless people are now with
God damn.
dude, I'm telling you, when it comes to, well, I have this or I don't have this, like, I mean, our forefathers, them motherfuckers were dumping tea and handing out dick and grenades. And we're talking about losing shit on boats.
I'm just fucking around. I still have my polymer 80s, but no, I'm just
Don't
fucking
try to
around.
my
push that
God.
shit up now, man.
I've got, I have, even as an FFL that's open to random ATF inspections, I've said it so many times. I have nothing for them but dick and bullets, and I don't have a lot of dick.
I mean, hey, I only got a fair 4 inches, so I know what boat you're in. But no, I mean, owning a polymer 80 isn't even illegal. Like one of the built 80% lowers, it's not even illegal. I don't know if there was,
No, it's kind of is where you live at.
Yeah.
but I mean, you could
Yeah.
also, but if you're grandfathered in, if it's something
There's-
you've already had, you don't have to
there's no
turn it in.
grandfather.
Austin.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that works, man.
Yeah. Just,
Yeah. Just stop talking about it.
Yeah.
Just
Please.
we can't bleep this out, fucking
Yes.
Austin. God
Yeah,
damn.
man. It was doing good, man.
Just gotta cut the whole section.
H, he does this almost every fucking podcast.
Like, we tell you shit for a reason, man.
We gave you
Hey, well,
lifelines.
nobody-
Just shut the fuck
Nobody
up.
has ever said that you know, I like hanging out with Henry. He's nice. No one's ever fucking said that before. People say Henry's a real motherfucker and he's gonna tell you how it is, and that's, you know, sometimes I fuck people up with my honesty.
Hey, I've been called
It-
an asshole many a times in my life.
Hey,
Right.
why is that one video got a fucking eyeball with a X through it?
That means it's sensitive content.
Well, what the fuck
Wh-
did I post that was sensitive?
what?
I don't know. Pull it
Let's
up, Josh.
find out.
Let's see why it's sensitive.
Oh, it was a shooting breakdown.
Yeah.
No was trying to shoot from behind him. You see him?
Mm-hmm.
What was the video that that you wanted me to or that you wanted us to watch with the magazine thing?
Oh, pull the screen back up again. I didn't even know you could do TikTok on a big computer. That's cool.
It sucks on the PC though. You can't like you could watch videos. We've tried to go live on mine, the 2A Brothers one, and it just we can't figure it out. Apparently you can. It's just virtually impossible.
Friends to the
You
left, friends
see,
by
see
Olight.
the one with my dog's big fucking head in it?
Yes.
Go to the one to the left. Hey guys, I have a neighbor with a 3D printer that brought me a gift today.
Oh, look it! It's amazing! Oh, it's fucking
fuck
awesome!
yeah.
Oh man.
Jip!
That was sexy.
As a range owner, this is awesome.
That was
Hey
sexy.
guys, I have a neighbor with a 3D printer that brought me a gift today.
That's so tough.
Oh, look it! It's amazing! Oh, it's fucking
my
awesome!
God.
That shit was smooth as shit, man.
Right? How
Yeah,
much?
man. And he hadn't deburred it or cleaned it or really glued
Bro.
anything together yet. You know, he just brought it to me and said, "Here, try it out. Let me know if it works." And then he gave me this tonight. This is a 9mm snap cap.
Oh,
That's actually what I was doing just now, was checking to see if it would damage it with the extractor.
Mm.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's a 3D
So-
printed one.
is that
Yeah, it
a
was
43?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it's a 43X MOS.
Oh, you got fancy with it, huh?
No, it's my wife's. It looks like it's damaging it. Oh, y'all aren't going to be able to see it. He'll probably have to use a harder
What is it?
material.
It's plastic? Because they got 3D printers that print metal, right?
Yeah.
Yes, they
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
Mhm.
But I mean,
They have They
the
have
main
3D
reason we're
printers.
using this for malfunction training.
Mm-hmm.
One of the activities, one of the drills that we do, you've got your battle buddy, your partner, and they're loading your magazines for you. You know, they may load the whole fucking magazine with snap caps. You know, they may load it, you know, a couple rounds backwards. They may load some casings in there.
Oh, wow. Dude, that's some yeah.
And you
That's
have to
HK shit.
complete the course of fire. All right. So you've got a pistol and a rifle, and no matter what happens, you have to complete that course of fire. So whether it's remedial action, whether it's tap rack bang, whether you've got to mortar it, I don't give a fuck what it is, but complete the course of fire.
Damn. How
And-
much are the prices of your class? I'm sorry, when you finish, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
What are the prices of your classes, man? And what classes do you have?
So I don't do any classes over 10 people, because after 10 people, you start losing that authenticity of having an instructor, not just a class.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I've got guys out there that are killing it, and then I've got guys that are struggling, and I've got over 10 people. Then obviously somebody's not going to get the attention that they paid for. So I top out all the classes at $10. I mean, at 10 people. And then
I was about to say I'm coming next weekend. $10.
So
Shit.
our 4-hour rifle class is $100.
Damn, nothing,
And then
man.
what's that?
That's nothing.
Right?
Yeah, it's 4 hours, and that's $100 per person. And then if it's a larger group, I'll normally, you know, look out a little bit better, but that's actual range time. So you're not getting charged for
Mhm.
your safety. You're not getting charged for the range stuff. If you are not actually firing your gun, then it doesn't count.
So let's say if someone would want to come there, could they film the whole process? Well, are you okay with that?
I don't mind. I just don't want the instruction part to be filmed.
Oh, of course, of course. I'm
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
talking about like the tactical stuff and the firing.
Yeah, all that's fine. I
Cool.
don't mind
Okay.
that at all.
Cool.
But as far as the instruction and how my program's laid out, no,
Of course,
I'd rather
of course,
not film
yeah.
that.
That makes a lot of sense. Of course.
So you get like
That's-
certified? Like, can people get certified? Like concealed carry, and the state, like the state approved carry licenses.
Yeah, so the only thing that I can do is I can do the DOJ training
Mhm.
and the concealed carry permit and the Utah carry. That's all that I can do. Which those are pretty much the main money makers. You don't really get requests for anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how many states can you carry with the Utah one?
37.
Dang.
Is Maryland one of them?
Hell no.
No, no one likes Maryland.
Except for Virginia and West Virginia.
And maybe Pennsylvania.
Dude, I got pulled over in Maryland going to do a class, and the cop that pulled me over told me to turn around.
God damn, why?
What?
So he came up and I was like, "Hey man, I just letting you know I've got guns in the vehicle," and he's like, "Well, what do you mean guns?" And I'm like, "Well, I mean
Is there
I've got
another definition?
one on me, and I'm pretty sure I've got a
There we-
backup, but you know I've got my carbine in the back, you know, with a full chest rig, you know, standard 210 round combat loadout." And he acted like that was just outrageous, and I'm like, do you not have the same fucking thing in your car?
Yeah,
Like,
but he,
why is it
he
a
can.
problem for me? You're literally carrying the same fucking loadout that I am.
Because they know they're not properly trained.
Yeah. Yep.
So he just told you to turn around and go back to Virginia?
Yeah.
Did you?
Okay, I was about to say.
I mean,
No, fuck him.
technically
Yeah,
you
I
weren't
was-
breaking any laws, so
I only follow constitutional laws.
Mm-hmm.
If it's something that your state has made up, then fuck it. We're gonna cross that bridge when we get there.
Me personally, I have a concealed carry license in Maryland, but I see it as like if a criminal can get a gun in there easily, why can't I be an illegal gun owner?
I
Yeah.
carry a gun wherever I want, and when it becomes a problem, we'll deal with it. But what you're not going to do is tell me when and where to carry. I'm not going to compromise my safety for anybody. I don't give a fuck what your laws are. I'm going to do what's necessary to protect mine.
That's the American way. We
How
wouldn't be
dare
who we
you.
are if it wasn't for that.
Yeah, but yeah, so many people nowadays, they're, oh, well, it's not legal to carry here and it's not legal to carry that. Then that I'll be sure to put that on your fucking headstone.
Mm-hmm.
Followed the rules. Thank God.
I was get a lot more deeper in that, but I'm not going to on here. I don't want to be an Austin.
So I actually couldn't find anything about it being illegal to own, especially if it's serialized. And also, it only needs to be serialized if you're selling it or getting work done on it.
Correct.
Yeah,
and
so
you-
it's
and
not
all of
illegal
yours
to
are,
own.
right?
It's
And
not.
all
So
of yours are.
even if they're not, but yeah, even if they're not,
Yes,
though.
yours are all serialized.
Yes, but even if
Okay.
they're not, it is still legal to own as long as you own them before the date, unless you do work on it or go to sell it.
Okay.
How
Well,
the
good
fuck
thing
they
you got
don't
yours
know when you-
serialized, so you're
Yes.
covering all your bases. Okay.
I know
So-
a guy that can serialize them for you.
Fuck that. That's the point of making your own gun. Just saying.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, honestly, I can make a trip to Lowe's and make the exact same thing. They're not doing anything special by limiting these P80s. Not to mention, there has been 3 reported homicides with polymer 80s since they've been made.
Yeah.
Somebody
So
want
what-
to fact check me on that?
Josh is our tech guy. Let me do it while he's away.
See, you know, they put it in a ghost gun, but a ghost gun is also a gun with a serial number scratched off of it.
Yeah, exactly.
The term ghost gun was used to take the polymer 80s off the market, but an actual polymer 80 taken from a crime scene, I think it's only happened like 3 times since they've been out.
Mm-hmm.
I remember in Baltimore when, you know, a month after that, what's the name? The ghost gun ban or whatever they said they put in. They said they found one in school. Somebody took one in the school, and that was the last thing I heard.
Yeah, but again, you don't know. Like you said, you don't know if they're talking about a polymer 80 build or like.
No, they showed it.
Or,
they said you know, polymer.
or they
showed a picture of it. Oh, I showed a picture of one, so they say.
Yeah, or if it's one that the serial number was scratched off, you know.
No, they
So
showed
it had that big goofy ass trigger guard on it.
Yeah, you know the polymer 80 is all like squiggly and shit. Well, not squiggly. I don't know the proper way to put it, but yeah.
Well, I mean, it was the worst frame design ever made, but it's extremely ergonomic.
Mm-hmm.
What
I honestly like the way it feels, except for the trigger guard.
That's what I'm saying.
1911 grip.
The ergonomics of it are fantastic. Like, I mean, it
Yeah.
feels great, but it's as ugly as a fucking High Point.
I wouldn't go that far, man. High points are.
Yeah,
You know,
I'm not finding how many
dude,
homicides have been done with
gotta be
a
kidding.
P80.
Dude, high
funny
points,
enough, I
dude,
was
high points are
reading
the
back
best.
in like the day, like Glocks used to be the high point. Like Glocks used to be like the high
Yeah.
point. Yeah. Yeah, because they were cheap, and that's why all the thugs walked around with their Glocks, and that was kind of how they became a household name so much is
Yeah, people thought
because
they were cheap. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, that was movies that kind of make a lot of things popular again. You know, the Walking Dead series with the Colt Python. The
Yeah.
No, I would say
know,
I would say the Python always been an iconic, flagship revolver for Colt. That's just, you don't hear people talk
Yeah,
about
but
the Cobra or the I can't think of the other one.
the King
So-
Cobra, the Python, and the shit. What was the
Yeah,
other one?
I can't think of it.
It was another fucking snake.
A
Yeah.
boa. I don't know.
No,
A rattlesnake.
That's what I was thinking, but I know it's not, man.
no.
I think Copperhead would have been a good one, but it's not that.
Yeah,
So
but
the-
Copperhead was patented by Sig.
Yeah.
The statistic that I saw in that I found is 20,000, but it's referring to them as ghost guns.
Yeah, that's not the
Oh
same.
wow.
Yeah.
BS.
So they're putting them all in there because
So
I looked
wait,
up P80
is-
polymer 80 and it's not coming out with just polymer 80. It just everything says ghost gun this, ghost gun
Of
that.
course.
Well, it's the
What's
same
the
way they get registered
Forge?
voters to agree on background checks. They say, "Well, do you agree with background checks?" And you're like, "Well, yeah, of course I agree with background checks." And then they're like, "Oh, well, see, 60% of voters want universal background checks." What the fuck? That's not what you asked.
Right.
There's a different term for it. Let me see if I could find it. I think it's like forged or something. Let me see. They classified it as I'm looking at a forged cast like Glock is another term for it that I was reading on. So that could be one thing that you could look up instead of polymer 80 because a lot of people don't know polymer 80,
No, they just know it as a ghost gun
hmm
because of the meter. Nobody didn't know about a ghost gun that they weren't supposed to have until it got put on the news. People was making their own guns for years with no problem.
Yeah.
Years and years and years until it got put in the
That's true.
media and demonized. That's when people started caring.
Yeah. I always thought it was funny how people were talking about the gun show back, like
Loophole.
the back door. Yeah.
That's
the
what I was
gun,
about to ask you about.
The
Ace
gun
like,
show
but
loophole.
like the gun show back door. And I'm like, you realize that you could just go and make a pistol, and that's more of a backdoor that or a loophole, yeah, than going to a gun show. But that just shows how stupid people are when it comes to guns.
Like I've been going to gun shows for years, and I wish I would know about a loophole.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Right?
fuck. Boy, you gotta do a background check.
Right?
I've been turned down at a gun show because they weren't able to do a background check. Something was going on, and they weren't able to do a background check. So I got turned down for being able to buy a gun. And they said if you come to our store later on, then we can. But it like there was no, hey, let me slide you some cash, and
Right. They
Now,
just take
in
meet me out back.
In
Meet me
Virginia,
out-
the law changed in 2020 here to where now we have 100% universal background checks. You can no longer purchase from individuals. But growing up, there was this website called Virginia Gun Trader, and you could go on there and meet other people that were selling guns, and then you would just go meet in a parking lot somewhere, get a picture of each other's IDs, sign a piece of paper saying you're not a convicted felon, and that was it. You were on your way. Or if you had a concealed carry permit, a lot of sellers required that you had to have a concealed carry permit or they wouldn't sell to you. And that law changed back in 2020. That fucking Nazi Ralph Northam destroyed that
Oh,
for us.
yeah.
And now it's 100% backgrounds in our state, which, of course, has not changed the crime rate. It has not changed
Of
anything.
course not.
But
What criminal you know that obeys the law?
I guess it made that cocksucker LeVar Stoney feel good about being the governor of Richmond.
He's the one that enacted those laws during COVID when nobody couldn't gather, right?
Yep. Oh, when the summer of love was happening, and they were burning down fucking Richmond. They were also taking all the monuments off of Monument Avenue. Right now, imagine paying millions of dollars for your home on Monument Avenue. Okay, now it's not Monument Avenue. There's no more monuments, and your house is worth fucking garbage now because it's no longer a tourist attraction. Right?
Yeah.
You've taken all that money from the city where people would come from all over to see these monuments, and now they're not there anymore.
Yeah.
So they're gonna
You've
rename
taken
the
all
street?
that income from the city of tourism and everything else, and now they're not there. So the crane company that I'm working with right now, they're my favorite crane company. They have the largest cranes on the coast. Like some of their cranes, you have to have cranes to put their cranes together. They're fucking huge. When the city of Richmond contracted them to take down the monuments, the owner of W.O. Grubb told them that they didn't have a crane big enough to take down the monuments.
Yeah.
So are they going to rebuild monuments, or are they just going to rename the street?
Nope, they tore them all down and put up famous African Americans because I guess people driving down that road felt oppressed.
Yeah. Well, it's like so
if I'm driving down $1 million neighborhood, that's what I feel is oppressed.
Yeah. I went to Gettysburg a couple weekends ago, and I was with my parents.
That's what I was about to say.
And my dad was telling me about how when all that was going on, that they were trying to tear down the statues and the monuments and everything in Gettysburg, and the police and citizens were like standing around them, basically like, you're not fucking touching this shit.
Oh yeah, everybody was armed. It was a big deal, man. They had a big standoff.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
should know about that, Austin.
What?
Biker gangs.
Oh,
Hmm.
biker gangs. Yeah.
Ward's Chapel.
I drove by them the other day,
He's a
Did
one
you wave to
percenter.
'em?
but
Oh, hey, did y'all know that I went to Kansas and trained with Eric, right?
Eric who?
From SI Tactical.
No,
Yeah, that.
I don't even know who SI Tactical is.
You don't know Eric?
No.
Let's look him up.
Yeah, come
Yeah.
on, smart guy, pull him up.
The evil genius.
You'll find him under standard issue tactical. This dude is a fucking top tier shooter. He is a really, really good fucking USPSA shooter. I watched him run a .97 bill drill the other day with a rifle and ran a 1.47 pistol bill drill.
Damn.
Here we go.
Dude,
I
that's
got it.
fucking smoking.
Yeah.
Like from the holster, 6 rounds on target in less than 1.5 seconds.
Like Jerry Mitchell, right?
I honestly think that he's probably just as fast, if not faster, than Jerry is.
Is this it?
Oh, this is my rifle.
Now, what kind of trigger he got on there?
That's a
always
Geisley
wanted to be
Super
an AG
3 gun. There's me.
Yeah.
Yep.
I only got Gosley ALG. Stupid shit. Damn. Well,
He's saying,
using
damn.
Gosley.
I'm like, bro, I couldn't even shoot that fast.
Yeah, can you not
Right?
shave 300ths of a second?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Imagine him playing with a woman's clip, man.
You're going the right direction.
Bro.
Yeah.
0.99.
Do you
Yeah,
realize how fast you have to be to do that? Like, I mean, he's not even doing like some bullshit low ready. Like, he's doing an absolute 45-degree angle.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure if he did like most people and just, you know, duck the rifle down a little bit, he could have gotten it even faster. But I mean, he is doing it by the book and is fucking super fast.
It's a nice sling, too. I like that.
Yeah, well, he's using my rifle. That's a Mark 18.
Yeah, man, that's
Blue
nice.
Force gear?
What's that?
Is that a what is it? Blue Force? What kind of thing is that?
It's probably Blue Force or the
Oh,
MS3. Those are pretty much the only ones I use.
You don't like the Magpul one?
Yeah, the MS3s.
Oh, okay, MS3. Couldn't think of the name of it. Yeah, I have a Blue Force one, and that's pretty nice.
Yeah, I like how rugged they are, especially when they get wet. If you're doing any type of underwater stuff, those Blue Force really, really hold together well once they get wet.
It's a little rough though, you know what I'm saying? Like the Magpul ones is a little smoother, you know what I mean?
Oh, dude, the back of my neck feels like fucking leather from doing pistol to rifle transitions.
I got you. And I also like the Blue Force have that little strap on it, to tighten and loosen it. I have an example if y'all want to see it.
But yeah, so that's Eric. Eric was Army Top Gun for like 3 years back to back.
Oh, wow.
He was a 19 Delta, so he was a scout. And he'll be the first one to tell you that, you know, he didn't even learn how to shoot good until he got out of the military. That it was
Yeah.
bottom tier training.
You ever did that President's 100 competition?
Yeah. Yep. I think he said that he tried out for it and he placed second. I actually just talked to him about that last night. Because I've got 2 guys that are wanting to sponsor me or wanting me to promote their stuff.
That's a
'cause
rare one. You don't see a lot of
I
dudes in the
know
army with
everyone
that tab.
everyone already knows that I'm affiliated with Infinity Targets, and for a while there I was affiliated with Spartan Holsters, but I'm probably going to be picking up Anchor Point here soon. But I'm not willing to stand behind something if I haven't bought it with my own money.
Hmm.
Mm.
I don't like people that just try to send me shit and say, "Hey, will you support us?" Because if I don't believe in it, you can go fuck yourself.
Hey, you can support us if you like.
We'll send you a hat, H.
You said
Yeah.
We're not
Anchor
up
Point?
there yet.
I don't care, dude. If y'all send me something and you want me to wear it in any of my videos, let me know. I'm about to do the
Alright.
same thing for Appalachian Syndicate.
Okay.
Dude, what's up with
Absolutely.
your video?
Appreciate that,
Dimitri?
man.
Yeah, Dimitri, you should all willy nilly, man.
My video?
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
What
It's
the
all
fuck is
You
warped.
look like you're
on?
melting.
Oh, I think fucking fisheye or some shit turned
The
on.
camera
Oh, okay.
on acid.
Right?
Yeah, man. Like I only met one person in the military who ever wore the President's 100 tab, and that's like a very rare thing to see. I mean, being
Yeah.
in the infantry world, you'll see everybody as Ranger, or somebody will have Special Forces or Airborne or something, but you never see that. It's pretty cool. I think it was for the Beretta, I think, pistol.
Yeah, the M9s.
Yeah.
I fucking hate
One
those.
thing, what
Yeah,
I've
the
been
sights are
trying
too
to.
high. I'm
I
used
don't
to
want to
shooting
say
shots
too
from how
much
you
about
do.
Robin Sage, but I will tell y'all this one story. So we're all kind of hanging around, and of course, you have to have your rifle on you at all times, and we're all just kind of sitting around bullshitting. And these are all potential Green Beret candidates. A lot of them have already been battalion guys. So a lot of them are tabbed and scrolled Rangers. And I go up and I'm like, "Hey guys, I will bet you an MRE that you can't beat me in a 1R1 or dry fire reloads." And one of the guys was like, "Oh yeah, I got you. And I'm like, "All right, cool." So we did, just a quick rifle reload, and he got beat, and he was like, "Damn, man, you're fucking fast." And then he's like, "What about pistol?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man, sure, we'll try it with pistol too." So then I took his food from him again.
Damn, it's like you was in jail.
Well, it's funny because we're not allowed to have any type of like real honest interactions with them. Like we can't tell them anything about ourselves.
Yeah.
So they're all trying to guess, what our backgrounds are throughout the entire training. And the bets that people had going on trying to guess my background, it was hilarious.
Did you at least give him the crackers or the?
I gave him all his food back.
The coffee, the freeze dried creamer.
No, I gave him all his food
That's
back.
awesome.
I just wanted to go over there and fuck with him, talk some
Yeah.
shit. But I mean, we're essentially doing 2 weeks of guerrilla warfare, so
Yeah.
that food is worth a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is
It's
it
like
just
jail.
is it
It's
just
like jail.
SF guys, or any Delta or Rangers or
Yeah, a lot of Rangers, a lot of SF guys. I haven't. I've met a few Delta guys that were involved, but none were like contestants.
Oh, okay.
Because you have the student base and then you have the guerrilla base. Those are two completely different groups. A lot of times the guerrilla base are old, retired SF guys, guys like me that, small unit clandestine tactics. It's a pretty wide variety of people. So there's an extensive wealth of knowledge between everybody. So you're not just getting the cut dry military doctrine, like you're getting some good retainable information because of how wide that group is.
Yeah. How about like I mean, probably like some private contractors and maybe like Blackwater or something.
No,
Blackwater's not
so,
Blackwater anymore, I don't think.
Well,
So Blackwater
what they
liquidated about the time I started contracting.
Racist.
like those private. Sorry, go ahead.
When I was contracting, we were all working for Triple Canopy, Constellus Group. You know, that's Blackwater had already gone under.
Yeah.
They were no more.
Yeah. I think someone like bought them up though.
Were they not
But I
replaced or
can't remember
something?
their name.
Well, I mean, they all just changed names. I mean,
Yeah.
Blackwater was essentially Triple Canopy, and then Air America, and I mean, they're anytime something happens, they just change names again.
Yeah.
When I started back contracting for the military, the email that I got was, which I don't want to use the real name, but we'll just say it's called Twin Pines.
Mhm.
You know, that was the name of the company that reached out to me.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to change names anytime something happens.
Like
Yeah.
if there's like some sort of like leak or like bad light is shed on the company or like some kind of like
What-
intel is you know, there's spillage, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of company was Blackwater?
Contract.
Contractor.
Private contract.
Mercenaries.
Yeah, just
Gotcha.
mercenaries, yeah, operators and
Yeah, because when I googled it, I got water and Blackwater by the Doobie Brothers.
Yeah.
Look up Blackwater Contracting.
Constellus Group is who they are now.
okay.
Funny, because Mossberg had a Blackwater shotgun, right? A lot of companies make Blackwater guns, right?
Yeah, I got to
Inspired.
have
I'm
one
sorry.
for a couple days. I honestly wasn't impressed. It felt like a fucking Keltec.
Hold on, what was it? I'm sorry. What gun
What?
was it? What gun you said you had for a couple of days?
One of those Blackwater 12 gauges.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It was doo-doo?
I mean, it felt like a fucking Keltec. Felt like a black piece of shit.
Bro, I can't even pull up the website for Constellus.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Seen it-
changed their name again.
I go to the
They're
website.
watching
Look,
they're watching our podcast and they changed their name again.
look. Let me show you this.
Alright. Oh, that's Wiki. Yeah, there's a Wiki page on Blackwater contracting.
Don't
Yeah,
get
but
us
they're
killed,
not-
H. Don't
Yeah,
get
they're
us
not-
hunted down.
They're not Blackwater anymore, so you're not going to see like a website for them.
It just says
No.
there has been a critical
Well,
error on this website.
Hey,
Yeah.
H, I had a few questions about home defense. I don't remember if I asked you this before, but what type of firearm do you think is best for home defense?
All right. This is something that people, which I just had a video not long ago shitting all over shotgun owners about this. When it comes to home defense, you need to use whatever it is you are comfortable and most efficient with.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Joe Biden says all you need is a double barrel shotgun.
Joe Biden shit his pants and fell upstairs. I don't want to hear that.
Right?
And fell off
look
a
at him
bike.
now.
Don't you talk about my president like that.
So when it comes to home defense, and this is where so many people go wrong, right? There is no end all be all for self defense,
Mm-hmm.
right? Somebody like Eric can put 6 rounds in you in less than a second
Yeah.
with an AR-15, but he lives in a neighborhood, so unless he's running frangible ammo, he's probably not going to be protecting his home with an AR-15. He's probably going to run a pistol because it's tight, you can maneuver, and you've got a vast variety of ammunition.
Mm-hmm.
Now, shotguns, your average buckshot has the same velocity as a 9mm.
That's cutting through walls like butter.
So where do people get this idea that, well, a shotgun is, the best thing to use for home defense? And if you ever do any type of close quarters or force on force training with a shotgun, it's not like in the movies. Like you're not shooting this 10-inch spread through the doorway just because it's a shotgun.
It's basically the size of a softball, right?
at 15 yards, you have less than a 3-inch group with a shotgun at 15 yards.
What you talking about buckshot? I'm gonna put birdshot in that bitch, make his life hurt.
I mean, XLR's extra long range birdshot has come a long ways. But I mean, you're unless your house is over 40 feet long, essentially you're still shooting a slug.
No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't put birdshot in.
I mean, XLR has done some nasty shit to ballistic gel.
Yeah.
Extra long range birdshot. Wait, XLR? Yeah, extra long
Like the
range.
federal
birdshot.
flight control.
Those flight control buckshot are fucking sick.
Mm.
Those are some really, really good bullets, but god damn, they're expensive.
Fine.
But like I was saying about, you know, the home defense thing, a shotgun is heavy, hard to maneuver, and has 33 pounds of recoil, felt recoil. You know, you take somebody small with no training and expect for them to use the shotgun. You know, you're not shooting this wicked wide pattern that you think you're shooting. It's heavy, it's awkward, it's hard to reload. You're not doing anyone a favor by giving them a shotgun for home defense. So
I mean, like growing up, that was literally what everybody told me was just get a shotgun if you're so worried about home defense.
if you pull up the video of me shitting on the shotgun fuds,
Okay.
every person that talks shit about it and about me in the video have no content whatsoever. All the guys that agreed with me are all reputable shooters, high-end military operators. Like, everyone that agreed with me are people that have real life experience.
Is this a recent
me-
video?
What's that?
Was this a
Is
recent?
that on your TikTok?
Yeah, is it recent?
No, it was I mean, I say it was probably a couple months ago. I haven't had that account for very long.
Oh,
I
yeah,
would
because you
say,
got banned.
Me personally, I would think the best home defense would be an AR, like you said, with really good frangible ammo that if you would miss your target, it would dump a lot of its power in a wall, or you know what I mean, and it won't zip through. You know what I mean?
So it's going to dump energy extremely fast, but
Yeah.
you're not really doing anything different than a 9mm wouldn't already do.
So the
Oh, here we go.
This is it.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Let's check it out.
So the question isn't why aren't shotguns good? The question is people put so much emphasis on shotguns being the end-all be-all when it comes to personal defense in the home, which is just not true at all. Now, my biggest issue with people that suggest shotguns for home defense is the arrogance behind their skill level. Now, what I mean by that is when somebody comes out here and they have a pump shotgun and they want to run a shotgun course or something like that, it is a guarantee when I start inducing stress and they really need to start firing fast, they are going to short stroke that chamber and they will stovepipe that gun. Guaranteed. Next is the myth behind all I have to do is rack the shotgun and that's it, the bad guys are going to run away. So not only are you now one less on your round count because you should have been chambered anyway, but now you have given away your position and let them know what you have. The next thing is weight and barrel length, which is going to be matched with capacity. If you have a higher capacity, of course, you're going to have a longer barrel or a longer magazine tube. And I don't know how many of you have had to reload a shotgun under stress, but it's very difficult. Now let's talk about the myths behind accuracy. Now when I give these examples, they are generalized. Barrel length and chokes are also going to make a difference. Now at about 10 to 15 feet, you're looking at roughly a 3-inch size group if you're running double-aught buck or something like that. Which, with that combination with, high stress and no formal training, it's very easy to miss with that. Another thing, those of you that have never done any nighttime shooting, when you shoot buckshot or high brass at nighttime, it is extremely bright. And it takes a second for your eyes to readjust after the fact. Another big thing is recoil control when it comes to shotguns, especially if you are taking multiple shots, because the ability to just fire one round and everything's done probably isn't going to happen. Now, I have done a lot of testing with shotguns and a lot of different loads, and it will still very easily go through drywall and glass and other things. And if you do have to engage at any kind of distance, depending on chokes, like I said, you could be looking at not knowing where each one of those shots is going. I'm sorry, pellets from the shot. Now, normally with entry teams, you see somebody, immediately make entry with a shotgun, they put a breaching round into the door, and then normally guys with carbines and PCCs go in after that. Like I said, these are just my opinions and what I've experienced doing what I do. So anyways, guys, train accordingly. No matter what you have, train with it. Actually go out and use it. So the question...
well spoken.
Yeah.
You realize the fucking hate that I got over that video?
Yeah, dude, look, the first
Well,
comment, look at the... Here, let me share
Put
the
that
screen
weapon
again.
of choice on that reputation on there. I don't know what he said. Like a dick, basically.
Bro
People
is
were
very
so
special.
upset over this.
Well, that's because all their granddaddies told them shotgun's the best way to go. Because
Oh,
If
Joe
you look,
Biden told
every professional shooter on my page agreed with me.
Savage Clown 69.
People
I mean,
don't think you
dead
have to
giveaway
aim
with that
with a
username.
shotgun. You do. You have to aim with a shotgun.
He said you voted for Biden.
Yep. Fucking retard.
Secret Squirrel Tech. I like this video. Yeah. Tim, yeah, exactly. And then we got all the YouTube, Google experts, you know what I mean, posting.
That guy right there, Josh Morgan shooting, excellent fucking shooter. Top-notch fucking shooter.
Air 15, let's see, 40 grain mag pull, saving for a suppressor. That's dope. So I'm gonna see your points with the shotgun.
So, Ace, do you think the NFA
Yeah, and then
should
just
be,
curious people. I mean,
shot
yeah.
down?
What kind of dumbass question is that?
I know, I'm just playing with you.
Of course it should be shot down.
I'll get what
The
you
fucking ATF should be shot down. Quite literally.
Yo said I load my blunderbuss. I just load my blunderbuss and
It
wipe
seems
out
like
everybody in the
with
living
thing
room.
that's going on in the Supreme Court, the ATF will lose their power. Well, they should have been lost that shit. And it seems like the NFA is in jeopardy also. You know what I mean?
It's not in jeopardy. The day that Hunter Biden goes to prison, I'll have faith in my system.
Oh, this is true.
Hey, H, why would he
Or
need to
Joe Biden.
go to jail?
hey,
though?
Joe Biden says that he's a good boy, okay, and
Yeah.
has not done anything
Bruh.
wrong. So you need to watch
no.
your fucking mouth.
Yeah,
He-
other
Why
than
Trump
he-
have
they
all
boys
these
and
charges,
crack
but Joe
cocaine,
Biden
he's
and his
a
son
stand-up
doesn't?
citizen.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Hunter Biden is an upstanding citizen, okay?
Yeah, he used to be a crackhead. Used to.
Well, now they're talking about Don Jr. being a crackhead and sleeping with hookers and all that.
Who?
Really?
Yeah. Well, also Hunter Biden also, let's not forget, has a son with a stripper that he refuses to acknowledge.
That can
Is there
be
a
a lie.
DNA test?
Yeah, it's proven that is his child, but he
Oh,
refuses to
yeah.
acknowledge it.
I heard
No,
about that.
it'll get swept out of the rug. Hey, on that video, there's a guy on there, Soft Skills. He is a Special Forces cadre. Awesome fucking dude. He's a Special Forces medic. Check him out too. He would be an awesome one to have on y'all's podcast.
All right.
Yeah, if he's
That
willing to come
dude
on,
is a
then he's
fucking
willing to
rock
have him.
star.
If he's willing to come on, be willing to have him.
Let's see.
Yeah, we usually just talk shit and then end up talking about transgenders every fucking time.
Nah, you do.
No, I don't. I avoid it.
No,
Oh,
the
here
fuck
we go.
you don't.
I think it
Dimitri, you
starts
know
off
you
that
love
way.
talking about yourself.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Are we talking about your love for trans, Austin?
I don't
Yeah,
deny it.
See,
Soft
see,
skill.
and then I fucked up and I brought the shit back up again, and the jokes start flying.
Adam is one of
Chad or the rest of the crew. I don't know who's watching on YouTube, but
Is that on? Is this on TikTok?
Yeah, it's on TikTok.
I'm about to say this ain't look like TikTok for a second. Oh, but it's on the computer, so it's different.
Oh, dude.
yeah,
Hey,
kind of like
this
how
thing.
I do with the shooting industry. You know,
Mhm.
I expose the myths and lies and bullshit in the shooting industry. He does the same thing in the medical industry. You know, people that say, "Oh, you can use tampons for bullet wounds." No, you can't, dumbass.
Tampons.
Stop
Yeah, I was
saying
gonna
that.
ask you. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, H, I know you're supposed to have a medical kit, but well, like, what do you think the proper thing you should have in your medical kit? If you know what I mean?
I have a list that Adam made for me. I carry exactly what the Special Forces medics carry.
Mhm.
But
Do you offer that at your shooting range or your training? I'm sorry.
so the major things that I keep in each of my vehicles, right? First
Mhm.
thing, need to be able to make holes, stop holes, and plug holes. So
Mhm.
if I get into a situation and I need to shoot it out, I also need to protect myself. So I need to have my primary, secondary weapon system. I need to have my vest, and I need to have my med kit. Um, you know, that's something that you should have in each one of your vehicles all the time.
Mhm.
And then I carry a lot of specific things that, you know, child choking devices, you know, those plungers, you put it over the kid's face and you
Yeah.
pull the thing and it sucks whatever's in their throat out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I carry those. I carry skin staplers. Um, you know, I've had to staple myself up several times. And I mean, you can buy a good skin stapler off Amazon.
Super glue is also a good one too.
What's
I
that?
I keep super glue with me for that reason too, closing up wounds.
Yep. Yep. Super glue and duct tape's a big thing. Take your duct tape and wrap it around a permanent marker. It saves you some space, and you can fit a lot of tape on that marker. Um, so if you have to use a tourniquet, you've got a marking tool. If you've got to use chest seals, you've got a way to use the adhesive. Um, you know, there's a whole bunch of different uses. I need to do an EDC breakdown on my new account because I still haven't done one on the new account.
So, at your facility in your classes, do you offer these kinds of classes? Survival, medic, this kind of
So
stuff, or?
I do a survival bushcraft land nav weekend. Um, that's 500 a person. It's 3 days. We provide breakfast, lunch, and dinner all 3 days. I teach you how to read a compass, how to build shelter, um, you know, tracking, stalking, different animals. And then I also teach you how to make traps, filter water, you know, all that basic
Okay.
dude stuff.
That's
Alright.
pretty
Like
cool,
basically,
man.
like do you do like combat lifesavers, like CLS
Yep.
kind of thing?
Yep. We do CLS. We also do stop the bleed. And for big groups, like if I'm training a militia group, I get a representative from Red Cross to come in and certify everybody.
Oh, nice.
That's cool.
Oh shit, you train militia groups, man?
Yeah.
That's really cool,
Yeah,
man.
man, that's tough. Yeah, man, that's awesome.
Mhm.
That's so cool, man.
That's what made this country the militia.
Yeah, man. Well, we've got so many people nowadays that the only time they want to be involved in a group is when something bad happens, and by then, you know,
It's too late.
if you haven't been training with a group of people, you know, don't wait for something bad to happen before you decide, hey, I need more than just myself. I'm a pretty proficient person, but I know that alone, I can't make it alone.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then you build that camaraderie. Everybody, you work
Battle
together as a
buddies.
unit. You know what I mean? Everybody knows each other, and it's more like cohesive and everything. You know,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
you get into
One of
groups where people
the
butt heads and everything, and
land nav and bushcraft classes that I was doing, I did a few videos on my profile, and when we did a simulated raid, man, I put fucking booby traps everywhere. I had flashbangs and smoke and those shotgun primer detonators everywhere.
That's
like
what you
there's
Um,
were
like
talking about,
like
Dimitri.
simulated
Yeah, yeah.
IEDs or something.
yep,
Dude, that's awesome.
yep. To simulate claymores and tripwires and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah, man,
That
that kind
sounds
of
like a
stuff.
lot of fucking fun.
Yeah, that kind of thing will throw you off. When we went through the EIB lanes, man, it goes off, and
Yeah, it's
you're just
just
like,
like the EIB lanes.
yeah, it's crazy, man. And you got to think, man, you got to be alert.
Yep, and even though I'm the team leader, each time we do a mission, I give somebody else the opportunity to be the team leader, and I'll drop back and be squad leader, or I push people because I want to see if they're just going to listen to me or if they're going to keep their guys alive. And a lot of times when I start pushing them, they stop observing like they should, and they start hitting triple wires. They start giving away their positions.
Mm.
They stop thinking. Um,
Did you do like night fire courses and stuff like that with nods and
oh
all
yeah,
that?
oh yeah, and that's something that, like I said, each one of your vehicles should have everything you need to protect yourself. I've got my night vision right here, actually.
Oh, word.
See how good we can get this to come up on the camera.
That's pretty damn
Oh,
good.
dude, that's
It looks
tough.
clear, man.
Right?
I
That's
thought it would look
nice.
green.
Right?
Yeah, man.
Green. I don't buy that cheap ass night vision.
How much was that?
This is about $4,000 per eye.
Oh,
Oh, they're
for-
binos?
hey, Joe Biden gave that to the Taliban for free.
Now
Why
this is
can't he
way
give me
better
one for
than
free?
military issued.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, military issued night vision is fucking junk.
Yeah, the only ones that I liked, I mean, it was a monocular, except the only difference between that and I forgot the nomenclature, but they were tan, and they had regular night vision, and they had thermal, and they outlined all of the anything that was like hot. You know what I mean? That was the only one that I really liked. But
So
we
the
didn't get
military
issued.
has some new stuff now. Shit. Let's call it predator vision, because that's what a lot of guys call it anyway.
Yeah.
But they have some new stuff now that is a thermal overlay with night vision. So the worst part about thermal, and this is the responses you get from a lot of people, they're like, oh, well, why would you have night vision when you can just get thermal? Well, if you're in a target rich environment, then yeah, I guess thermal kind of makes sense because everyone's a bad guy. But if you're in something that would be more of a non-permissive environment where you can't just shoot everybody, night vision is good for that PID. You have to have a positive ID on a target. You can't just shoot them because you see them. And that's where
Exactly.
night vision and thermal overlay comes together, because now you have the ability to see and recognize your target, and you're not just shooting at heat signatures.
Exactly. Yeah. Very
You
good
actually
point.
make out what you're looking at.
Yeah.
But people that
So how
don't
does
have
that
it,
work?
they don't really know any better.
So how does that work if it's heat and night vision at the same time? Can you turn it on and off? whenever you want, or is it just simultaneously?
No,
That
it's a literal overlay. So you have your night vision, which is the basis for the optic, and then
Uh-huh.
the thermal is over top of the night vision. It's it's hard to explain. I'm sure there's a video game that has it. I just don't play enough video games to even
Yeah.
know if they have it. Holosun did a really good job at attempting to make it. They were close, but not 100%.
Yeah.
Actually, your smart guy can probably Google it.
Yeah. Can you spell that?
Which one?
You said Holosun?
Yeah, Holosun made a really cool thermal overlay. Just type in Holosun thermal overlay; it should come up.
All right. Let's see here. Let me see if there's any images that we can look at. Oh, there's one.
Yeah, there you go. Blow that one up.
That's kind of how it looks.
Yep.
Where are we at?
That's like a really cheap version of what the military has.
So the one the military has looks better than this.
Way fucking better. Way better.
Yeah, let me actually while
Looks
I'm
like
at
an
it,
EOTech
let me
reticle.
look at this one up. Yeah,
Yeah, it kept
does.
the standard 53 MOA reticle.
So let's see here. Yeah, the ones we had, I believe they were called. Who were they made by? Was it? It wasn't BAE, right?
I'll be right back.
No, it would be ATE if it was something that y'all had, or ANVS or AN.
Yeah,
Shit.
I think it was the PSQ 20. This one. I think this was the one we had. Let me see if I can find a picture of the different thermal, because and PSQ 20.
The Trijicon Reaper is going to be my next big purchase.
Trijicon Reaper. I'll look that one up next too. Yeah. It was a pretty nice.
Oh, hey, there we go.
Yeah,
Right
it was
there.
really nice, man. Yeah.
Yep.
It gave you had the night vision, but then it also gave you the thermal. It was awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah, for real, man. One of them, I think it had some sort of setting where basically everything was like grayed out, and then anything that had a heat signature was like outlined in a orange line, like kind of like how this same kind of orange there.
Yeah, I've got to do that the cheap way. So I've got a mono that I'm going to have on one eye and then put my thermal on the other. So when you're looking through both of them at the same time, it's an overlay.
Oh, dude, that's pretty smart. What was it called?
Yeah,
The
it's
Trijicon Reaper.
Yeah, the Trijicon Reaper.
How much is one of these things running?
About $8,000.
Damn. Look at this thing. It's a beast.
Hey, how much is your life worth?
I mean, yeah, that's true.
I tell people that every time they buy a fucking Taurus and come to my concealed carry class. How much is your life worth?
What do you think about? I heard some things about Delton.
Delton is fucking garbage.
Okay, so it is.
Yeah, when I went to go buy my AR, I asked the guy, the guy at the gun shop. I'm like, "What do you think of a Delton?" He was like, "If I had a baseball bat or a Delton, I'd bring the baseball bat." I was like, "God dang, they're that bad?" Because there was a guy, he was in the military, and I was asking him because I I was trying to get some opinions about ARs, and he said he had a Delton. He loved it. He swore by it, and then Rob took me to the gun store.
I
And
told you that before the gun store.
no, I know, but then when we went to go get my AR that day, that took how long? How long was I waiting for? For like 3 hours to get my
My homeboy
background
was
check
like,
back.
that's absurd.
So this is the problem with so many people. They're like, "Oh, well, I have a PSA and it works great." Yeah, but what kind of round count do you really have on that PSA? What type of training are you really doing with that PSA? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I understand it's great for your average civilian that's going to shoot maybe 2,000, maybe 5,000 rounds in their entire lifetime. But, you know, someone like me that I'm running a minimum of 1,000 rounds a week, that fucking PSA is not going to cut it.
See, that's what they do. They make the
I
rifles
got
look
a
all nice.
Bushmaster before
And
Remington brought him, and I just switched everything out inside of it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that PSA has probably done more for the Second Amendment than any other gun manufacturer in history. I think PSA is fucking awesome when it comes to the civilian side of owning a gun, but when it comes to having a weapon that's going to be combat efficient, I just don't think it's there, man.
What weapons do you think is combat efficient that you can get on the besides Daniel Defense and stuff like that? You know what I'm saying, like mid tier ARs or whatever.
I mean, it's all on how you build them, man. I mean, it's all on head spacing, whether you've got a good bolt, a good a good barrel. But you know, if you've got your AR by the top and by the upper and lower receiver, and you shake it and it's clinking around, that's probably not going to do you real good.
Some people say that doesn't matter.
What, frame swap?
Yeah.
Well, if your bullet is coming from the lower receiver going into the upper receiver, why wouldn't it matter?
That's what I'm saying. A lot of people say it doesn't matter if it shakes.
Oh, okay. Those are the type of people that believe in military.
I'm sorry.
Military grade weapons, huh?
Yeah, military grade.
Well, on all the commercials, they say military grade for the trucks, and they make it seem like it's this wonderful thing.
Anytime somebody wants to sell something, they put military grade on it, which people don't understand. I've broken a lot of military shit.
Yeah, they take the cheapest bid.
No, they get the best for the money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's why they didn't choose Glock, because they.
So there has to be certain criteria met when you're dealing with military, because people are fucking retarded, right? That 19X should have won the military contract, but it wasn't modular.
Yeah.
What do you mean modular?
The installation of safeties on those Glocks, because it's a military issue, it has to have a manual safety. That kind of threw them out of the bid.
Because the Glock and the Glock with a safety, you know, external safety.
I had to install external safeties on a few Glocks when I was going through gunsmithing school, and it felt like I was drawing a mustache on a Mona Lisa. Like it felt.
You know what's the most important safety for a gun? Right here.
Don't be a dumbass.
Yep, don't be a dumbass.
Yeah.
That's
right
the
here.
key.
Your brain.
Well, guys, I have stood out my neighbor's driveway long enough, and
We appreciate you, man.
I gotta fucking be up at 5. I got like 6 hours to sleep. That's decent.
We appreciate you, man.
Hopefully you will. The first one was, yeah. Hopefully you'll be on again. Hopefully, at some point we could get some footage and your training thing, and because we only live probably not that far away from you. You know what I mean?
It's a couple hours.
Yeah. Not even
and
that.
your prices are not
Richmond.
fucking
I go to
outrageous.
Richmond 3 times a week for work, so.
No, man, and if y'all want to come down and do the weekend thing, and click up with the rest of our group. When we do the militia groups, like, I mean, it's all based on donations. So, I mean, you don't have to pay the 500 for the weekend. If you can only afford 100 or 200 for the weekend, that's cool. That's why I train these groups. So, I mean, if you want to come out and hit one of those weekends, let me know. Y'all have got my number.
You're doing a
Yeah, man.
service for your country, man. I appreciate everything you do, man.
Yeah, man.
Keep up the good work, man.
Yeah, not a problem, man. Any way I can help other people and try to have one less dumbass in the world,
Right?
because people are full of them. And whenever I start a class and someone starts it off with, "Well, I already know how to shoot because I was a cop," I'm like,
Bye.
Debatable.
You're like, okay, bye.
Right.
that's fantastic. Would you like to shoot for money?
Let's play for your
put some
retirement.
money on that. What, the pension? All right, H man.
Hey,
All
Thank
right,
you so
man.
much for coming.
Thank you,
Thanks
man.
for
It was
being on
fun,
here.
man.
Thank you.
Yep.
Be safe,
All right.
man.
All right, guys, y'all have a good night.
All right,
You too, man.
God bless you.
All right, man.
Peace.
Okay, bye. All right, hey everybody, go follow H762 by 39V3 on TikTok. Go follow SOF Skills. Follow
think-
Josh
I think
Morgan
he's gonna be-
Shooting. I'll send it in the chat. Go follow all these people on TikTok.
I
We're
think
gonna
he's gonna be a
we're
staple
gonna
on our
edit this
channel,
and
man.
we'll put. Yeah, man. He's pretty awesome. Thank God for TikTok. You know what I
Right.
mean? We never would have met him.
We need to get the other homeboy on too, man. He was funny too.
Yeah, Kawan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
hey,
but we're gonna edit this, guys, and
Can you
somehow
edit the
I don't
fuck
know.
out of it the way you're talking.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm about to head off. I gotta wake up early tomorrow.
All right, bro,
Thank you
bro.
for being on too, Austin. You seem like a stranger on here, man.
What do you mean? I've been on for like the past 3 weeks straight. I only miss every now and then. I don't
It's
miss
all right.
every
He's just
fucking week.
fucking with you. He's just
I'm
fucking with you.
I'm fucking with you, man.
All
I
right,
gotta-
I know
gotta-
you were sick last week. I'm glad you're feeling better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta make a dump run tomorrow, so I gotta wake up early to make a dump run.
It's just good to see those baby blue eyes, man.
Yeah. So, hey, this weekend, if you want to meet up, I got that cash for you. If you want to meet up,
For who?
you.
What the fuck happened to us
Oh.
meeting up and fishing and me giving you a rod and reel, Austin? You were supposed to call me. What the fuck?
I thought you were gonna call me.
So I told you to call me because you said you had some shit to do. Don't pull that shit.
Oh, that was my bad. Then I thought you were gonna call me when you were going fishing.
What the fuck? I told you.
I
hit
thought
me
you were gonna.
when you
I thought you
can,
were.
'cause I was ready to go fishing. I was waiting for you.
I thought you were gonna call me when you were ready to go fishing.
Bro.
Motherfucker,
Oh my
I'm
God!
always ready
All
to go
right,
fishing.
all right.
All right,
Y'all
all right,
fucked up. Next time, just call.
all
if
right.
no one else is calling.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, I'll talk to y'all later. It's been
All right,
All right,
fun.
Austin.
man. Have a great night.
All right.
Yeah, man.
God bless
I'll
you.
see y'all.
Fun.
This is strange. It's 9:35.
Right?
Really, bye.
10:35. Oh,
What?
you're-
Well,
He's
for me,
he's
yeah.
somewhere else.
I'm in some city in USA, free country
You
USA.
know what that means, Josh?
I do. We got 5 viewers on Twitch, and we have 4 watching on YouTube. I don't know if one of y'all is watching, but
I'm watching.
I am.
on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so 2 randoms and 2
we appreciate you guys.
homeboys,
Yes.
and then whoever the 5 are on
Tell your
Twitch.
friends.
Thank you.
Please get this out there.
Yeah.
Get us
You
more
want to kill
content.
the
We can get more
live,
stuff.
Joshy, just so we can
More.
fucking
We can
bullshit?
talk about more guns. We can get
Mhm.
guns. We can get companies that
Yeah,
support us,
tell us what you want to hear.
and we can support you.
We'll try to get. I'll try and find some other people that we can network with. Yeah. Try
I
and make
think-
this thing
I
go
think
somewhere.
H gonna be a staple on here, man. From
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, leave your
He's cool.
comments, and we appreciate all the love. So thank you very much for watching.
Bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Hold on, we